Welcome to Movie Recap, a channel dedicated to those addicted to movies. Our focus is to showcase the best recap of your favorite flick. Sit back, grab your popcorn, and get ready to be amazed by Inception. Cobb steals information from his targets by entering their dreams. Saito offers to wipe clean Cobb's criminal history as payment for performing an inception on his sick competitor's son. Spoilers ahead. Dom Cobb is taken into the home of Mr. Saito, a wealthy Japanese businessman, after waking up on the coast. Together, Cobb and Arthur explain to Saito that new dream-sharing technology has made thoughts susceptible to theft while pitching their security services to Saito as dream-sharing authorities. Following Saito's departure, Cobb steals papers from a safe upstairs before being caught by both Saito and Mal. Arthur is shot by Cobb and killed when he awakens in an apartment, where it is later discovered that Cobb and Saito are still dozing off and having dreams. All the men awaken in the apartment as the dream in Saito's home crumbles. The men reawaken in a moving train after Saito admits that he set up the operation as an audition. In Kyoto, Saito presents Cobb with a new challenge, Inception, the act of planting an idea in someone's mind. He proposes that if Cobb can successfully perform this complex task on Robert Fisher, Saito's business rival, Saito will use his influence to reunite Cobb with his children in the United States. Despite Arthur's reservations, Cobb agrees to the ambitious plan. He sets out to assemble a team and heads to Paris to find an architect experienced in crafting dreamscapes. Cobb seeks the help of an architect to construct the intricate dreams needed for Inception. Stephen Miles, Cobb's father-in-law, introduces him to Ariadne, a talented graduate student with a knack for designing intricate labyrinths within dreams. Ariadne joins Cobb's team and begins to understand the depth of Cobb's expertise and the complexities of dreams. Assembling a team and forming strategies, they delve into a world where dreams can be manipulated and molded to plant the seeds of a new reality. Cobb's determination to complete this challenging task is fueled not only by the promise of reuniting with his children but also by the opportunity to free himself from the shadows of his past. Ariadne is introduced to the fundamental concepts and vocabulary of dream-sharing technology by Cobb, including concepts like a kick and a totem, an actual physical jolt that wakes a dreamer up. Cobb's first rule states that memories should never be used to create dreams, but the memory of his deceased ex-wife Mal forcibly enters his shared dream with Ariadne. Cobb next makes his way to Mombasa to find Eames, a British forger, and Yusuf, a chemist from Kenya, to help with the task. The team meets with Saito to discuss the strategy when they return to Paris. According to Eames, the incepted thought must be straightforward, appear self-generated, and be positioned over 3 distinct layers of Robert's dream. When Ariadne sneaks into Cobb's dreams one night and discovers that he is still troubled by guilt over his deceased wife, Mal, whose memory continues erupting into his nightmares, she becomes concerned. Cobb is cautioned by Ariadne that Mal cannot remain imprisoned in his mind indefinitely. The crew chooses to carry out their plan on a trans-Pacific flight from Sydney to Los Angeles, on which Robert Fisher is due to be a passenger, after the death of Robert Fisher's father. Cobb covertly adds sedative to Robert's drink on the plane, and the crew and Robert have a dream. Robert is eventually taken hostage, but they are suddenly ambushed by a group of gun-toting attackers. Cobb discovers too late that experts had assisted Robert in militarizing his psyche against uninvited extraction after Saito sustains serious injuries. To make matters worse, Yusuf's potent sedative might leave the dream's victim in limbo, an unrealized dream world. Despite being uneasy, the squad agrees to carry out the strategy. Robert talks to his uncle Peter about his chilly relationship with his father as Cobb pulls combination lock numbers from him. The gang enters the hotel lobby in the second layer of the dream, where Eames pretends to be a female thief in order to divert Robert from the rear of Yusuf's van. Cobb, who is pretending to be a security specialist, pretends to assist Robert by informing him of the robbery and directing him to an upper-floor hotel room. Cobb tricks Robert into questioning his Uncle Peter's intentions, and the 3 of them fall into a third layer of the dream, which takes place in and around a stronghold covered in snow. When the squad hears Yusuf, whose van has wrecked off a bridge, they scramble to finish the Inception mission. Ariadne informs the other members of the squad of the quickest approach to enter the fortress after realizing they are running out of time. The motel where Cobb and the others are sleeping has changed into a zero-gravity environment as a result of the falling vehicle in the first layer of the dream, and Arthur scrambles in the second layer of the dream to invent an effective kick there. Robert finally makes it to the strong room of the stronghold in the third layer before Mal unexpectedly reappears and shoots him. Cobb believes the mission is over, but Ariadne persuades him to continue digging in order to save Robert and save the operation. Saito perishes while Eames puts explosive charges all over the fortress to serve as the third layer's kick. In the fourth stratum of the dream, a decaying cityscape born from the depths of Cobb and Mal's subconscious, Cobb bears his soul to Ariadne. He confesses to having incepted the idea in Mal that limbo was not real, a desperate attempt to convince her to return to reality and their waiting children. Yet, this inception inadvertently twisted her mind, compelling her to persist in the belief that their existence was a mere dream. Tragically, this conviction led her to take her own life, leaving Cobb drowning in guilt and remorse. As the dream world crumbles around them, they locate Mal and Robert in a nearby structure, navigating the surreal and hazardous landscape. Ariadne shoulders the responsibility of rousing them from the dream, while Robert embarks on a daring mission to infiltrate the fortress's heavily guarded, strong room. Within the confines of the strong room, Robert deciphers a code that reveals his father's deteriorating state in an immense operating room. This revelation becomes a turning point, a catalyst for Cobb's moment of redemption. He bravely confronts the shade of Mal, denouncing her existence as a mere figment of his guilt-laden subconscious. The weight of years of guilt begins to lift as Cobb encourages Robert to carve his destiny and live a life independent of the shadows of the past. In this climactic moment, Robert's father grasps the essence of his son's desires, acknowledging the need for growth and self-discovery. With this understanding, the inception is complete, and the fragile dream construct begins to unravel. The layers collapse, bringing Cobb closer to the possibility of absolution and reconnection with his children. This pivotal moment signifies a step towards closure, a chance for Cobb to rebuild and rejoin reality with newfound hope and purpose. In a frantic attempt to salvage the mission and save Saito from the collapsing dream, Cobb instructs Ariadne to utilize kicks to navigate through the layers of the dream. As the dream world crumbles around them, Cobb manages to rescue Saito. Mirroring the movie's opening scene, Cobb washes ashore and is escorted into Sato's residence. They wake up on the plane alongside their team, having successfully completed the Inception mission. Saito, now elderly, remembers Cobb from a distant dream. Returning to their reality, Cobb is warmly greeted by his father-in-law, Stephen Miles, upon arriving in the country. He finally reunites with his children, and the spinning totem remains his reality check. In a poignant moment, Cobb takes his children outdoors to play, relishing the joy of being with them. The spinning totem serves as a symbol of his newfound sense of reality and happiness. The film ends on a hopeful note, suggesting that Cobb has found peace and contentment at last, having achieved his mission and successfully reconciled with his past. We really hope you enjoyed today's recap of Inception. Please leave a comment below on what you loved about the movie and why. Be sure to like the video and please don't forget to support our channel by subscribing so you don't miss any amazing content. Until next time, lights, camera, action. We look forward to seeing you in our next video.